Now, what evokes the cinema experience for you? The popcorn on the carpet, navigating the stairs in the dark, maybe even, if you're very old-fashioned, the sound of people snogging in the back row. Well, those things are all very well, but the multiplex experience is no longer the only option available to us. All over the UK, people who are passionate about film are offering new ways to experience the medium. So, if you fancy watching Grease on a racecourse in Monmouthshire or Pirates of the Caribbean from a mobile cinema in the Outer Hebrides, you might just be in luck. Well, Pete Buckingham is head of distribution for the BFI. He's with me. Joining us from Glastonbury Festival is Fabien Riggall, who's founder of Secret Cinema. Pete Buckingham, if I can start with you. I mentioned a couple of things there that you can now do, but I mean, what else are we seeing in terms of viewing film beyond the traditional cinema experience?
We're seeing all sorts of things, and there being new ways of seeing it, new places to play it are being invented, as we speak. It's a wonderful extension of the film experience.
And why? Why is this happening?
I think there are kind of three areas really that have led to this. The first thing is technological change. Projection equipment has come down in price and gone up in its standard. It's not the gold standard of cinema, but it's a lot better than it used to be. Secondly, in the technological side is the whole easy way of getting people to meet up, Facebook, all that kind of stuff and so on. So advertising your event is becoming easier. There's a lot of opportunity out there. There are lots of different spaces. So you've got like shops, empty shops in the high streets are now being utilised. Festivals, obviously, where Fabien is at the moment. Petrol stations, those kind of things. And finally, I'm thinking most importantly on this, I think that the emotional side of people engaging with film is around creating an event, and the event is what joins people together, and that's what they are in their hundreds and hundreds of different events in their way. That's what they're creating.
Well, we're mentioning a few of the other things that are going on. Let me bring in Fabien, who is at Glastonbury. For those who don't know, first of all, what exactly is Secret Cinema?
Secret Cinema is a film experience where we don't tell the audience what they're seeing or where they're going to see it until the last minute. It's
a bit like a rave then in days have gone by.
Yeah, I guess it has the same element of mystery as sort of trawling up the M25 and trying to find a field, except for I guess we started with 400 people and now we're doing 16,000 people are buying tickets to a secret, which is, I think, goes again with what you were saying about why people do it.
Well, that's what I mean. What is the appeal? Because you've got 95,000 Facebook likes as well. I mean, so a lot of people are doing this.
Yeah, I guess. Well, we started with doing a film festival that was a little bit different, where we took the film festival out of the cinema, which was called Future Shorts, and what we realised then was that we could create a experience for the audience where they could see not just cinema but also have live music afterwards, or have art or photo exhibitions. So it was. I think it's really that the audience want a communal, social experience, and social media has allowed them to come together and come and experience these events.
And of course, Pete Buckingham, this is happening all over the place. I mean, my favourite that I saw, I like the idea of going to see American Werewolf in London at London Zoo. Seemed an excellent one. Yeah. Are there others which are favourites of yours?
Well, there's a couple really. I mean, there's a nice, interesting one. If I can, one in the future, one in the past. Coming up is Port Elliot, which has got Martin Scorsese created thing with the BFI archive, actually, which is coming up, which is called Cinema Paradiso, which is a sort of pop-up inside the festival there at the end of July. And one that was the past one is a Cinerolium, which was in a petrol station in Clerkenwell in London, which opened last summer. And that was a fantastic artist cooperative that created this pop-up cinema for 2 months and played an eclectic group of programmings, all of which sold out, admittedly only on 60 seats, but they sold out within 1 minute of going on sale every time. So it was a fantastic kind of alternative way of seeing, if you like, older films in a wonderful environment.
And yet, according to what was the UK Film Council, UK cinema attendance reached its highest since 2002 last year. So it doesn't look like traditional cinema will be going anywhere anytime soon.
I don't think this is competing. I think if we go back to what both Fabien and I were just saying, this is about the event, and the event is the key thing. And I think people are just coming together and enjoying film. And in many cases, and not in certain cases, and in fact, just Fabien just said, they don't even know what film they're going to see before they get to it. But that doesn't stop them actually really wanting to get together and enjoy the passion of cinema.
So, Fabien, what can people expect this is a daft question in a way. What can people expect from Secret Cinema this weekend at Glastonbury? You're probably not going to tell me, are you?
It's actually it's our sister company doing Feature Shorts. I can tell you we're doing the premiere of the new Arcade Fire short film by Spike Jonze, and we're doing a late night screening, and people can find it. We've given them a map this time, but Secret Cinema, to give you an idea of what Secret Cinema is, we did one of our past events where we took over a derelict hospital in Kensington and turned it into One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yeah. And the audience were essentially sectioned and allowed to freely roam the hospital, and some of them had to go into therapy, and then they watched the film. But that's kind of gives you a kind of sense of the kind of events that we do.
Yeah, I was very tempted to ask our listeners to suggest things that it might be quite good for an underwater event, films. Have they filmed The Drowned World yet? Something like that. Just one more quick question for Pete, well, both of you really, because this also seems to have echoes of something that was really very old-fashioned, which was the drive-in movie, which never came to Britain. Pete?
Well, it is really. That's another aspect. I never quite understood why drive-ins didn't quite work. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe our weather's got better or something.
Well, and the Americans had bigger, more comfortable cars.
More room to lie down in, I suspect. But yes, it is. I mean, nothing's particularly new. I just think we've got many more opportunities of areas, space, and the technological changes and the social media has just allowed for an explosion really to happen out there on the people's cinema, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Something like that.
I think it's also that I think people, they're now able to see the films that they want to see, and if the cinemas are not showing the films that perhaps they want to see, then that's why I think we building this network of communal cinemas and places where people can see films in all their glory.
Okay, well, stay dry, Fabien. Fabien Riggall, Pete Buckingham, thanks very much.